Welcome back to Pride. Today we're going to be going back to the basics. We're going to be going over how to deliver a front kick, and we're going to be using the Century Bob as our dummy. Now, when learning a new kick, just like any of the other kicks, you want to break it down into steps. So for the front kick, you have to be able to drive your knee pretty high to land with good elevation, okay? Depending on how high I can lift my knee, that's how high I can kick my opponent, okay? So step one, we're going to take our fighting stance and we're going to drive the knee, okay? Drive the knee. Now, when we drive the knee, our hands are going to go from striking to defensive, okay? So when we drive that knee, our hands are going to go from about cheekbone jaw area to come up, okay? Good. Now, if you're comfortable and balanced while driving the knee, we're going to move on to part two, okay? So fighting stance, part one, drive the knee. When we drive the knee, we want to keep both legs close together. We want our kick to come right down the center and strike in the center, okay? If I strike to the side of my opponent, it's also good because it can throw him off balance. But I want to always target the center, okay? Fighting stance, we're going to drive the knee and we're going to place our kick. We're going to touch our target nice and soft, okay? We're going to use the heel of the foot, strongest part of the foot, to attack our opponent, okay? Fighting stance, hands are by the jaw, drive the knee, hands come up, press your kick, okay? If we add a little bit of lean back when we kick, we're going to put a little bit more force, a little bit more flow, and a little bit more force, okay? So through repetition of driving the knee, getting the hands up, and placing that kick, you're going to feel more and more comfortable throwing this front kick. Now, before moving on to drills, I just want to go over the technique once more of the front kick. We're going to go from the fighting stance. We're going to use the back leg. We're going to drive the knee. When we drive the knee, the hands come up defensively, and we're going to place the kick. We're going to use the heel of the foot, okay? Fighting stance, drive the knee, place the kick, okay? Fighting stance, drive, and place the kick, okay? The higher I can drive my knee, the higher elevation I can get on my kick, okay? If I only drive my knee to here, I can only kick to the leg, okay? Which is also a good front kick. Front kick to the front leg is very useful. We'll work on that on a future video. But depending on how high you're able to drive the knee will determine whether you can land a front kick to the face. Now, a good drill that you can do to practice your front kick, other than just squaring up and delivering front kick after front kick, that's also very important. Just the repetition is what's going to make you faster, stronger, and more balanced and more comfortable while throwing the front kick. So repetition is very important. But another drill I like to do is I like to put myself out of punching range. So you'll see I can't reach the dummy from the punches, but I can reach him from my kicks. So he's in kicking range, he's not in punching range. And I imagine he's in punching range. I deliver a jab that pushes him back and pushes him into kicking range. So I shadow box a jab, and then I deliver the front kick. I shadow box a 1-2, I deliver the front kick, okay? So this is a good drill to put your target right out of punching range, but put him in kicking range, okay? And imagine that your punches either land and push him back, or he pushes back to avoid those punches and pushes himself right back into kicking range. Now, I want to talk about the front kick a little bit. The front kick is a very important kick to learn first before all the other kicks. It doesn't take as much balance, there's not as many steps to learning the kick, and it's also a very defensive and offensive attack, okay? So if an opponent is just walking towards me, I can simply use the front kick just to push him back so that I can regain my composure, move, square up with him. So before he gets into punching range, he's walking into kicking range because he's walking in from the outside, and I'm able to use that front kick defensively, okay? I could target the sternum, I could target the stomach, I could target the face, I could target the leg. So we can use the front kick both offensively and defensively. So it's a really important kick to learn early on, okay? Defensively, your opponent is coming at you, and you decide to push him away with the front kick, okay? Offensively, if your opponent is close to you, you might land a couple punches, push yourself out to kicking range, and kick him away with the front kick as well. So you can throw it offensively or defensively. When shadow boxing and then throwing the front kick like we did before, also offensively. The front kick is a very important kick to learn early on. It's important to learn it first before the other kicks. It's very important to practice it. It's an offensive and defensive kick, okay? So you can use it defensively or you can use it offensively. And depending on what drills you choose to do while practicing your front kick, it's important to keep in mind whether you're doing an offensive drill or a defensive drill, okay? If you separate those two, it's going to improve your front kick a lot. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was episode 5, back to the basics, going over the front kick. I've been thinking a lot about some of the first techniques I learned and where I started, and it's important to go back to the basics. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys use the techniques I showed you, deliver a nice front kick, and use the heel.